Here to talk more about this and to give us some details.
EV pass through gamma rays along
the difference between KWAP and KWSP.
Tips for us to choose the best telco package to avoid money being misspent.
What matters?
What matters?
What matters?
What matters every Wednesday, 11:15 a.m. only on Trax FM. Don't miss it. Good morning, it's Trax Momentum on Trax FM. Our guest this morning is Mr. Baskaran Sithamparam, Senior Manager, National Consumer Complaints Center. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Greenman.
Good morning. How are we today?
Fine, thank you.
Lovely, lovely. National Consumer Complaints Center. Do you get plenty of complaints all the time?
Yes, yeah. we do get a lot of complaints, yeah.
Lovely. At the end of this, I want to ask how you actually de-stress.
Sure.
That's important, isn't it?
Yeah, very. In fact, it is.
Wow, lovely. Well, give us a little view of what it looks like at the place you work. I mean, a lot of people call up, but they don't know what it looks like where you work. Can you just give us a little, insight into what it looks like over there?
Sure. National Consumer Complaints Center, which is known as NCCC, was set up in 2004 by FOMCA. All right. Now, its main function is to solve consumers' issues against service providers, maybe such as they're selling expired products or products which are authentic, case of refund or warranty, and a variety of other cases, So we mediate with the service provider in the event of consumers have issues with them. Now, we also look into sectors ranging from automobile to retailers, telecommunication, travels and tours, housing, many other avenues. We have 23 sectors that we look to name a few, including banking and insurance as well.
Right. Well, you've given me a whole list over there. What is it you do not look into?
Something regarding the police issues and all that, which are under the purview of other, it's beyond our jurisdiction, yeah.
Right. Okay. So bear that in mind, listeners. It's important we know when we call them up. Otherwise, they'll be calling up and complaining about us not knowing our subject before calling them.
Yeah.
Right? Scams and prevention is what we're talking about. There are still many people who are often duped by scammers. Can you explain the types of scams that the public need to be aware of?
Thank you, Greenman. Now, there are many types of scams. I think it is going viral over the media, such as love scam, Macau scam, even job scam, loan scam, maid services, to name a few. Now, there are many people, who are scammed. Generally, they are not vigilant or careful about it, regardless whether they are professional or layman. Now, usually scammers, what they'll do is they will call pretending to be officers from the enforcement unit using the wishing calls, as they call now. They pretend to be police officers, customs, or immigration, income tax department, to name a few. Now, what they will do is they will instill fear in the victims and as if they have indulged into something against the law, such as money laundering or evading from taxes or whatever, So usually consumers will get panicked, and they will start following the instruction because, the pensioners, if they are found to be guilty, they will lose their pension and all that. So the perpetrators, what they will do is they use this mobile phone, to call the victims. And worst of all, they call during weekends. Can you imagine government officers are using mobile phone and during weekends?
Not happening, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So are there any telltale signs that you can tell? You can pick out a scam. I mean, for those who are well adept with it, some even would go to have fun with them and say, yeah, oh, lovely, and stuff like that, right? But for the ones who are easily duped, are there, like, for example, love scams? I am told that if you ask the person to do a video call where you can see that person, they don't.
Yeah. So they will just put a picture of a handsome guy or a pretty lady out there,
Right.
Try to entice them, yeah.
Right. Normally it's a picture of a soldier or something who's back from war, and then he's looking to buy property in the country, and he asks the person to go out there and look for a house or something like that so that he can come and live with her happily ever after. And then it goes to send money to this number because your person sent you something, but it's going to be taxable and stuff like that. And then that's where the scams come in, right?
Yes, you are right. Very true. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they work.
Right. So don't be duped, folks. Yeah. It's important that we spread the word around, and especially to those who are not so adept to what's happening with scams. Yeah. Okay. So can you also share with us the number of complaints received by NCCC and also the results of the analysis or comparisons of complaints cases by year?
Okay, year in, year out, the number of complaints have been increasing. Now, only during the COVID-19 pandemic, the cases in certain sectors has dropped. But generally, it has been going up, especially like in e-commerce, In 2018, we received 10,615 complaints. And it rose in 2019 to 12,100. And in 2020 and 2021 compiled, we received 12,419 cases. Now, there's a surge in these numbers, including, insurance industries where, or travel and tours, where a lot of these these scammers, they use the social media to dupe innocent consumers, And when it comes to return and refund, definitely they go missing, yeah.
Right. And then job scams where people go for better job opportunities and end up like we've seen some horror stories from some neighboring countries and people being, tied up and all kinds of things and all. What is that like?
Now, this job scam not only happening overseas, it's also happening in our nation itself,
Right.
You can see that recently one lecturer, she was scammed for 1.2 million, over a job scam. In fact, just recently, about 3 or 4 days ago. Now, being a lecturer, and she can easily duped into falling for this kind of scam, for a job scam.
Mm.
Yeah, so 1.2 million is not little money. Somehow or other, they get kind of convinced and they are like, I don't know what to say. They just falling into the trap easily.
Right.
Yeah.
So scammers. Well, there's no discrimination in someone being scammed. It's like you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be a cleaner, you can be whoever you are, and you could be scammed.
Yep, true.
Right? I recall a story a long time ago where a scam happened and these people told somebody, a cleaner, a lady who was a cleaner, but she had like 60,000 in her account and stuff. And then they actually told her that they have a magic stone for her. And with this magic stone, she would be able to cure any kind of illness she had. And then when she went to meet this person to buy that so-called stone, there were a group of about 4 other people who were rushing to buy that same stone. And then, so she quickly I better grab this before they grab it, right?
Yeah, that's a syndicate. Yeah.
Correct. And then when she grabbed it, finally, it was a sweet.
Oh, my God.
And she lost her life savings, 60,000.
Yeah.
Right?
No joke. Yeah, that's right.
That's horrible. Okay.
Horrible.
Our guest is Mr. Baskaran Sithamparam, Senior Manager, National Consumer Complaint Center. Scams and prevention is what we're talking about. Please, Mr. Baskaran, sir, we'll take a short little break over here. You have a nice sip of water, and we'll be back with you in a bit from now, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Be inspired, informed, and up to date. Tune in to Track's Momentum interview feature of the day at 11:15 a.m. Join us as we speak to our panel of guests on various topics. Health on Tracks on Monday. Tuesday, Spectrum. Wednesday, What Matters? Face to face with our guest on Thursdays. And on Friday, tune in to W Talk. Tracks Momentum, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. only on Tracks FM.
24 minutes past 11, it's Tracks Momentum. Mr. Baskaran Sithamparam, Senior Manager, National Consumer Complaint Center, is our guest this morning, talking to us via telephone on scams and prevention. Mr. Baskaran, sir, who are the targets for scammers and what's the current trend?
Now, scam can happen to anyone for the matter, from layman to professional. As you said, even a cleaner lady can get scammed. Now, we have heard, doctors, lecturers, even politician, a member of state seat who was duped 85,000 ringgit by a Macau scammer, right? For a datuk-ship, something like that. Teachers, and especially pensioners who are afraid that they will be easily, they will lose their pension and all that. So they will give in when they were, some callers, wishing calls, as they say, call and say that you're doing money laundering and all that, so you'll be fined, or you have evaded tax, and then you'll be brought to the court, to be charged, so you'll lose your pension. So when they get this kind of stories, they get frightened, and then once they manage to instill the fear, they will give in their data, especially the banking lines,
Right. So a lot of other ways of... Are they still doing the old traditional way of scamming where they come by and give you something and then, say you got to do that? You know that Tikam? Are you...
Yeah. Tikam.
Yeah, remember Tikam?
Yeah.
And
They
then,
still have that, but not so rampant as these days,
Or the scratch and win, isn't it?
Yeah, scratch and win. That's right.
And those are all now not legal anymore, correct?
It's not.
So if people come across that, just say no, thank you, or whatever it is, and walk away, or report these people if you can, yeah?
That's right.
Okay. And how can we prevent ourselves from being duped? What are the precautionary measures that the public need to take to avoid being victim?
Most important, matter here is we have to be vigilant and careful when we are receiving the phishing calls, phone calls, from some officers claiming to be the enforcement officers, such as I've said, the income tax or police or the court, bank. Now, don't entertain these calls. If at all you're frightened, you're scared, you're worried, please go to that respective office, and clarify with them. If it's police, go to the police department. If it is bank, go to the bank and just clarify with them. Now, never ever give away your banking information to anyone, including your extended family, because now hackers are hacking into your phone and they can get your data. Especially your TAC or, transaction activation code or OTP or PIN number. Never. Whenever purchasing online, verify the account of the seller or the service provider by checking with the apps created by the Royal Malaysian Police. Yeah, they created a website. We call it Semakmu. Now it is www.semakmu.rmp.gov.my. Now this application is fantastic. Once you key in the account of the seller, it will show that whether this account has been blacklisted or not. So when you know it is blacklisted, we do not indulge into buying from this person. That's very good, actually. And always remember, never do online or banking transaction using public Wi-Fi, because hackers are everywhere. We have to be careful.
Okay, how does that work? How does that work? How do they tap into your line and fix you up?
Because these hackers these days, they are working hand to hand together with the scammers. Now, while the scammer is talking to you, threatening you, and all that, at the same time, this hacker will hack into your account and try to get your whatever information from your phone. So we have cases where while the victim was talking on the phone, she heard the sound coming at the back of the line, ting 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 ting. So after realizing that something is fishy, when she opened up, then she said TAC has been given, and then money has been siphoned from her account. So they work hand in hand.
Right. So they tap into your line. So when you look or you search for Wi-Fi, that's when they're getting into your account and
that's right,
and getting all that info over there, right? What are the things we can actually tell a scammer, or we can question, or we can ask a question that will put the scammer on the spot, and they probably put the phone down?
Now, first and foremost, if it is a banking and officers and all that, we can tell them, okay, what's your officer's number? Give me your office number and all that.
Okay.
Which office branch you are calling from? Now, sometimes they will, very simple, illogical things that they will use is, okay, you are found to be, let's say a banking officer saying that you are doing something illegal from your banking account. So he say the bank officer, the police officer is beside me, so I can put it to him. How can a bank officer transfer the line to the bank, a police officer or a court to the police,
Right.
These are the things, and people are very naive about it. They are not aware that these are the little things that they can use to frighten us and instill fear in us. And scam us as well, yeah.
Right. Are there any other examples? What are the most ridiculous ones that you've heard of?
Yeah. So, there's one elderly guy, a very elderly guy who was conned by a young boy who says that, Uncle, I've accidentally transferred 30 ringgit into your account, and then that money is for my lunch, for daily lunch and all that. So can you please transfer back, because I'm from a poor family. So this man feeling that he's not right to own other people's money. What more, it's the lunch money. So he said, okay, how can I transfer the money back to you? Then the scammer said, okay, you will receive a number and just pass the number to me, the OTP number. So fair enough, the man passed the OTP number to that the scammer.
Oh.
And just for the 30 ringgit, he lost his 12,000 ringgit savings.
Ouch.
Right? So that's painful. He's trying to help, trying to be honest. Never reveal the OTP or PIN number or TAC to anyone. That is the mother of all roots to scam and all that. And also another advice to the listeners out there. There was one case where this guy was looking for a job online, and then they said, okay, you give me, I can give you a good salary, but you just give us your ATM card and your bank account.
Ah, no.
So that's it. So he just gave the card, bank account as well as the ATM card. That's it. So he was getting good return, but at the end of 9 months, the police caught over him because his account was used to as a mule account to scam people.
Right.
Yeah.
I received twice. I received a call once from a person saying, Inche Nigel Green? I said, yes. And then, can you give me your IC number? I said, if you call me, you better have my details. If you don't have my details, how can you be, why are you asking me for my details and stuff? And before I could finish, he shut the phone down.
Yeah.
Another time was from the income tax department. Saying that I didn't do my payment and all those kind of things. And I just said, I said something nasty and I slammed the phone down.
No, good. That should be the way.
Yeah.
That should be the way. You got to be firm and strong with this. Whatever it is, you are afraid, go to the office directly to confront or see the officers in charge to verify whether it is true or not.
That's right. Are they working all in big syndicates? Do they have big syndicates around in the country?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this must be a big syndicate that is, moving around from place to place to try to scam innocent victims of their hard-earned money. It's really sad, but these guys got no heart and soul. They simply want to make money out of easy way just by talking to people. Yeah?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. I've seen the ones on YouTube where you can watch about scammers and how scammers get scammed by hackers, and they take their revenge and they manage to get into the center where these people are doing their scams from, and they even put the pictures of the people who scam, and you would learn a thing or two from there, right?
Yeah.
So it's important. We've even seen some policemen who have actually put up some videos of themselves receiving a call from a scammer and how they handled it, which was very comical.
Yeah.
And so it's important to educate ourselves a lot more about this and spread and share all these kind of things that would stop scammers in their tracks. Yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Oh, there you go. Our guest, Mr. Baskaran Sithamparam, Senior Manager, National Consumer Centre. Sir, another short break. We'll be back right after this. Are you a fan of Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, please enjoy this one from Cyndi Lauper then, then we'll be back with you in just 2 minutes.
Fancy a fresh cup of tea and scones? Then head on to Cameron Highlands. Trax FM 101.1.
Good morning, it's Trax Momentum, 11:35 on the clock this morning. Baskaran Sithamparam, Mr. Senior Manager, National Consumer Complaint Centre, is talking to us about scams and prevention. A lot of insight into what's happening over there, and some of the important things that we must remember is things like what he told us earlier about not giving away very, very crucial information like our numbers, our credit card numbers, our IC number or anything of that matter, and even the days of the week that they call, yeah, Mr. Baskaran?
Yeah, that's right. They call on the weekend, surprisingly, and sometimes we entertain them.
Absolutely hardworking employees.
Yeah.
Okay. How else can we prevent ourselves from being duped? What are the precautionary measures that the public need to take to avoid being a victim?
As I've said, sharing of personal information, especially the banking information, sometimes it's very crucial. You should not share with even your extended family or even your friends.
Yes.
As I've said, the hackers and scammers are now working hand in hand. They can hack into your relative's account and then say that, you lost your money, phone number or car is, met with an accident, you need cash. Please, can you transfer the money and so on and so forth. So they will some or other try to win the heart of the listener, the victim, and then they will try to scam the consumers or the victims.
Right.
So we have to be a bit more vigilant about it by not sharing. And never entertain calls from unidentified strangers, Never entertain them. You're not too sure, just as what you did. Hung up the phone,
That's right, and I think somebody from the somebody who's calling you from income tax or anything is not going to call you from a hand phone.
Yeah, that's the thing. How can an officer call from using a handphone number?
Right? Yeah. So another thing you can actually do is say, okay, I'll call you back, right?
That's right.
You can say, okay, who is this? Where are you calling me from? Or okay, hang on, I got something to do right now. Let me call you
I'll
back.
call you back. Yeah, give the number, right?
Correct.
So then it will be that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And the ones that we've seen from scammers who scam you online, like the ones where they claim to be from Microsoft, and they get you to okay something on your screen. They tell you you have to press this, and someone who's not adept or familiar with what's going on with scams and all that would just allow them to gain access onto the computers. In other words, you're sharing remote control, right?
Remotely. Yeah.
Remotely. And then they give you a false screen in front over there, and then they say, you are supposed to pay back don't know how much, or we overpaid you some money, and can you just give back the 500? If not, I'll get into trouble. I'll be fired by my boss or something like that. And then you look at your account, and it does say that 500 over, and then they would actually add another zero or whatever it is. And I don't know how they do it. I'm not a scammer, but but that's what happens. They just take over your controls, and then they play with your bank accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
So, and also, not to forget, sometimes the phishing, act of phishing from the website and all that. So sometimes they say that, this bank has sent you a reminder saying that you have defaulted in payment. Please click this link. And you have that bank's initial name there. At the back there will be some additional alphabet. So once you click into that, of course, the layman will see, it is this bank. All right. And we know that this is their line. But at the back of the, the bank's name, there'll be some other alphabets. Once you click, that is phishing into your account. Sometimes also another case that we received is receiving an SMS message saying that your debit card has been, this much amount of money has been transacted. Please click this number or call this number immediately if you did not do the transaction. Now, what happens is we do not actually know our own 4-digit number of our last ATM card number, or credit card number. It is always good to remember our 4-digit of the credit card number or our debit card number, so that whenever we see the number, this is not our card, this is trying to phish us,
Right.
So once we simply call that number, this guy somehow or other, the scammers, they are very alert, they are sophisticated, using fantastic machine and mode and all that to scam us, So once we are panicked, we will give in.
Right.
Another thing is greed.
Greed.
Never greed, yeah. So when you are, like investment schemes and all that, so there was one case where a lecturer dumped in 5,000 ringgit, and in return, she got 10,000. And then she said, wow, this 10,000 is coming free. I'll dump in the 10,000, and she got 20,000. Fair enough. And she took out all the gratuity and she dumped it in over 240,000 ringgit, and that's it. Finish. The greed comes in. Similarly, a few teachers were got caught into this this investment scam and all that. Yeah.
Right. No discrimination in scamming, yeah?
No discrimination at all.
And what about the other one where people park their cars and they get parking tickets issued by the law enforcement agencies, and after they get those parking tickets, someone gives them a call and says that you received this summons on your car on this date and that you have to pay this much, but you can pay this much and all that stuff and all that. But is there a possibility that someone has a connection somewhere to get those numbers, phone numbers of the people who got those parking tickets, and then is able to dupe the victim?
There are possibilities, because now our data is it's available everywhere. Whenever we go places, we just simply kind of scan that scanner, and then our data is immediately available to other entities. In fact, banks, telco companies, and all that, they all have our data. And there's probably, there's maybe, I'm assuming, but there are chances of our data has been released to the third party, and the third party will use this kind of method to try to scam innocent victims. They see, this car there's someone on this particular car, and then they will go around scanning who is the owner of this particular car, and then they will start doing it. There are means and ways for these scammers to find and make money out of, easy way.
Correct. I received a hand phone number and then a picture of a very beautiful girl, and her name was Julia. And she put a message there like, "Hey, is that Nigel Green?" And I didn't reply, because if you don't know who you are talking to, don't talk, right?
Yeah, that's right. Very good.
And the other one is that guess who? I absolutely hate that guess who game. Yeah. And I will block these numbers, and then later on for fun. On that number there, a friend of mine took that same number, that so-called Julia, who called me, and he called back, and it was a different person. It was a guy.
See how well they work, eh?
Right? It was a guy this time with a different face and everything, So these are the scams that you got to watch out for. Yeah, guys, I know you think you get a beautiful-looking woman calling you and stuff like that. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true, lah. Accept it, lah.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay, how can the victims reach NCCC for advice or assistance? What are the documents the victim needs to provide as proof?
All right. Consumers can drop us an email at myaduan, myaduan, myaduan at nccc.org.my, or they can call us at 03-7877-1076 or 78653441. Now, once we see that the consumer complainant has got a valid case, we will seek for their documents to verify, and then we use the documents to substantiate their case and escalate that to the relevant government agency or even the parties concerned. Now, we are not only looking at scams as well, but also other varieties of cases like public transport, insurance, utilities, media or satellite broadcasting agencies, maid agency, healthcare. We have 23 sectors that we handle. So consumers who are having problems, they can always reach us. We do on a pro bono basis, free of charge. We don't charge them anything, and it is all for consumers.
All right. Have you had any one of these scammers trying to scam you? That would have been a joke?
Yeah. And sometimes I just listen to them and I say, okay, thank you very much. Thank you for scamming me. He said that I have been to Terengganu, and I took some illegal medicine. I say, I've never been to Terengganu at all. I know. I told him that I've never been there. So he said, okay.
Wow.
I say, thank you for
Wow, really, huh? Oh, gosh. Okay, can we have those numbers again, Mr. Baskaran, sir? Can we have those numbers? And do it in your DJ voice.
Okay, sure. It is 03-7877-1076 or 78653441.
Okay, important listeners, put these numbers down on your phone, right? Have them ready to dial every time. 7877-1076 or 78653441. Correct, sir?
That's right.
Okay, what is your final message to our listeners, sir?
Okay, the best, what I would like to advise the listeners here is the best protection is self-protection. We have to protect ourselves. Now, we have to protect ourselves from being scammed or duped by scammers. Now, greed, fear, sympathy, or believing fully in what we see or hear are the elements that can lead us to be the victims. All right. So always be alert when it comes to sharing information, especially on banking information. Now, if you think you have been scammed, first thing, immediately call the banks and block your account. All right, all their bank accounts, they have to block it and lodge a police report. Okay, that is to protect yourself.
That's it, yeah?
Yeah, that's it, Greenman.
Mr. Baskaran said, thank you so much. We appreciate all the information. Thank you for the insight as well from all of us at Trax FM. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Same to you. Have a nice day as well. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to share to create awareness among the consumers at large. Thank you.
The pleasure was ours. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Here to talk more about this and to give us some details.
If we pass through gamma rays along
the difference between KWAP and KWSP.
Tips for us to choose the best telco package to avoid money being misspent.
What matters?
What matters?
What matters?
What matters every Wednesday, 11:15 a.m. only on Trax FM. Don't miss it.